Howdy doody, everybody. I'm going to show you how I grind a chain on this grinder. Change my grinding wheel. This wheel is about at it. Wore down. This is, no, it's alright. This is 3/4 pitch chain, 11H. It's an aggressive 3/4 pitch chain. But we got the new, I just grabbed a new cutting wheel. These last for, I don't know, maybe 50, 75 sharpenings, and then you gotta get a new one. But see how this wheel is square? Now when I put this on here, I'll take this abrasive stone and I'm gonna round that. The idea is to get it to look like, you know, rounded like a file. I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, that's the typical shape you want it in, so it'll kind of represent a file, you know. But so I haven't changed this grinding wheel probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks, so it's about had it. So we'll put a new one on. Then when you do that, you got to reset all your settings, because obviously, as you can see, the diameter difference, we got an inch extra wheel here to deal with. So first thing I'm going to do, turn my grinder on, and I'm going to round the edges, chamfer the edges of the stone. That's got a nice rounded edge on it, like a file now. And periodically, what I'll do is you'll see it when we start grinding. This wheel will get really dark from contamination on the chain, dirt and whatnot. Now, some people spend a lot of time wash them in a parts washer and all that crap. It's too much. You can see this burnish right here. Well, it'll get that on it. What it does is it puts it heats the tooth up before it sharpens it, so it gets like a balloon on the tooth, takes the temper out of it. So you want to keep these clean. You just hit them with the stone. You hit them with this stone, you know, like that, and it'll shine them back up again. You know, the abrasive stone. But that'll keep the thing nice and clean, and it'll grind nice. So I gotta set my jig up here, because it's gonna be way different with that other stone on it. What we do is we run a 30-degree angle on these. I think the side pitch this way is 55-degree angle. Very typical on all chain, really. Gotta reset every time you put a different size chain in here. You adjust this to bring the chain forward to the grind wheel. And, my angle's set, about 30 degrees. That's looking pretty good. My depth's a little deep. This sets the depth. If you can see this sets the depth on how low the grinder's allowed to come into the gullet. Again, this is just an initial setup. If I get this set up, I ought to be able to roll pretty easy with it. That one looks pretty good. A couple of teeth, I'll get this adjusted up so I can know. Once you get it, get it set, as you can see, we go right, and as long as the tooth isn't trashed too bad, you know, if you really stone it or something, it might require quite a bit. But what you don't want to do, you want to stay in the tooth long enough to turn it all blue, you know. To heat it up, it just takes the temperature on it. You can grind it back out, but it won't stay sharp as long. But to get set up pretty quick. Oh, it takes maybe 5 minutes. Sharp. Now this is off Kim Chi. It's 57 drive link chain. It's pretty short, but like the slashers are running 96 drive links, so obviously it takes a little longer. But they last a long time, unless you're cutting frozen mud. It's real muddy, and then you drag the trees through it, and then it freezes. You go bucking them up, especially with slasher. That kind of sucks. But other than that, for some reason that tooth's not set like the others. But there, that's one side. Now what I'm going to do, change my angles here. Run it to 30 degrees the opposite direction. I'm going to find the center of the cutting wheel. That will change my my pitch on my gullet. Will do the same. Pretty good. So we want about 5 degrees. I've got 30 degrees this way, which is exactly where, that's a factory, basically a factory setting that they use on this chain. Now this chain is 11H. We can run 11BC on the slashers, but they don't recommend it on these grapples. They recommend the 11H, which is a full chipper chain. It's a little bit more aggressive, like an LG chain on a chainsaw. The old round kind, you know, so it's a bit more aggressive, cuts good. I will say though, very, very similar to chainsaw chain. You guys as loggers know this, but you know, the old round chain, a lot of guys still use it bucking on a chainsaw, especially 404, because it'll stay a little bit. It's not as aggressive. You can never make it cut as nice, but it'll stay sharp longer, you know. These more aggressive chains, you're bringing them to a finer point. I don't think it disperses the cutting edge very well. Puts more of the cutting pressure on that first point. Dulls a little. But you can make it cut a lot more aggressive than a round chain. But these chains last quite a while, I don't know. We keep 3 or 4 of them and Kim Chi sharpened up, you know, but Ronnie's like, I don't know, thought we'd go all day on a chain if it don't hit nothing, maybe 2 days. It cuts a lot of wood. Somebody's probably wondering why I got yellow paint on this. I'll explain that in a minute. This chain's getting pretty beat. Usually what happens, you get the cutters down about a third or a quarter, and the chain just starts breaking. Once it does that, we just scrap it. I mean, you can repair it, but you know, we break a lot of new ones too. We repair them. There, that's a nice sharp chain. You can see, you know. Hopefully it's coming out on camera. We got the little bit of a hook in the gullet, but that'll cut really good. It'll cut a lot of trees, and it's pretty well. I'll get you a new one here, a new piece. But here's a new cutter, just as a comparison here. Show you the kind of, you know, that tooth's pretty much halfway. Like I say, it'll keep going a little ways, but then usually by the time you get down to, you know, like just a little bit more, and this will go a couple more sharpenings, this thing will be so flimsy it'll start breaking, the drives will start cracking on them. That's just, you know, a lot of wear and tear. That thing spins around a zillion times a day, so but we keep all these cutters. I know, I was going to explain my colors here. I'll show you. What we do, we color code these, right? So when we throw them in the crummy, you can tell which ones are for which, because there's nothing more of a waste of time than digging through this. My spares are all in, but my grapple chain from my Rotobeck saw, we put orange paint on that, yellow on Ronnie's, and I put blue on the one slasher. We've got like 3 different size slashers we're running. So to keep track of it all, we're using these paint dots. And believe it or not, it makes a lot more sense than digging these sharp chains out of the crummy. And then you go to they all knot up like this. You know, you get them all knotted up. Anybody who dicks around with chainsaw stuff knows that. But when you go to unknot it, I mean, good luck. And without gloves on, you end up cutting your fingers and everything else. So we just paint them all, and that way you're doing that less than you normally would. You just dig in, grab your one color that you need. Okay, you know, that's what I need. Take it over, untangle it once, and throw it on a machine. So it saves time. So that's why I'm doing that. I've got a little paint system. Here's what I was talking about on this cutting wheel. You can see this little dirt streak. You know, it's just from oil on the chain and dirt and whatever. You know, particles of filing, grindings, whatever. So watch, I'll show you what I do with this. And anybody who grinds, sharpens chains, I'll just take that abrasive, clean that up, and you know, you do that every chain or two or whatever you need to do. Some chains are real dirty, and that's hot, real dirty, so you got to do it more often, you know. But see how it clean that up? That'll take a nice clean cut. It won't heat up as bad. And I gotta remember not to be so freaking stupid and stick my thumb on an abrasive wheel. That got hot quick. So, all right, we're going to eat lunch, man. We're all kind of hanging around the shop doing little projects today. Nobody went in the woods, so. Let's see what this pack of Morphodites is doing. What's for lunch, you filthy bastards?
Nothing for you.
Pizza? Of course I like pizza, you dangus. Alright, ta-ta.